सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्वी नावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Om. May Brahman protect us both, the teacher and the student, equally. May he enable us to share the benefit of the learning equally. May we be equally strong to grasp the meaning of the learning. May the learning be equally fruitful to us. May we never be jealous of each other. Peace, peace, peace be unto us all. Today, before going to read this text, which is our Kathopanishad, today is 1st of May, May Day, you all know, is a big day. And for this Ramakrishna order, it is also a big day for us. This is the day this history of this movement started. Swami Vivekananda, it was 18, after going back from this country, 1900, in 1899, I forgot the exact year. He went back, and then he was very much fond of, in love with the Western idea of having organization, so that anything to do, you need organized activity. Any big movement to survive in the world, there is an organization behind it. Organization has its good and bad aspect, undoubtedly. Organization has a very bad aspect of it, but organization has the power and potentiality to carry on some ideal, whether right or wrong, and a big force, a tremendous energy. So Swami Vivekananda came here, and when he was preaching in this country the Vedanta ideals, which we are just inheriting those spiritual teachings of him, it was so great. But he thought that if this singularly, if it's done, it will not survive. For the good of humanity, it should be preached in an organized way. So look at that, in this, how true he was. You look at this in this country, how many big spiritual teachers appeared. They're great people by themselves. They preach their philosophy. But behind those who have some organization, they're continuing their philosophy to preach. And it's going on with, at least its presence is seen. But those who have no organization, those dwindle down. And you look at the history of India, how many saintly people, how many highly illumined souls were born, and they lived their life. They have some followers. Afterwards, when they die, the followers, few days when they are thriving, they keep the fire alive, and afterwards it dwindles down, and it becomes a name in the history. There is a good man, and his philosophy was like. So Swami Vivekananda was very much attracted to this power of organization. So when he went in this country, you know that story, that Swamiji one day, I got it. Swamiji was very excited, and I am falling in love, he said. And then some lady said, what great lady is she, that who is you are falling in love with her. Then Swami Vivekananda said, it is not any lady, but it is the organization. So that was in his mind. And then what he did, he went back and thought this movement of Sri Ramakrishna, which is which can give solace to millions of people in future, it should be have an organization. So he called a meeting at Balaram Bose's house in Calcutta. That was the place where Ramakrishna visited more than 100 times during his lifetime, because that is the place where Calcutta people could come and meet him, those who could not go to Dakshineshwar. And that is the way he started the organization primarily. But it was Sri Ramakrishna's philosophy to preach and keep it alive. He said that we need to join together, and he called a meeting of the devotees and the monks together. This organization, though it is primarily run by the monastics, but we have two wings. One is called Ramakrishna Math, another is called Ramakrishna Mission. Ramakrishna Math is for the monastics only. Those who give up their life, their position, their family ties and everything, and dedicate themselves totally to God. No other business for their own liberation and for the good of the world. Day and night, 24/7. That should be dedication. They take the vows of the monastic life, and they are the monks. They belong to Ramakrishna Math. But this is same Ramakrishna Math people, they are doing mission activity. That's another wing of the Ramakrishna movement. So this twin organization was set that day by him. It is not the monks only. That's only one part. But vast majority is our householder devotees. So he called a meeting of Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna created these 16 disciples, monastic. At the same time, he has wonderful, great householder devotees, Balaram Bose, Girish Ghosh, Devendranath Majumdar, Dr. Ramchandra Mukherjee, Ramchandra Datta, and Surya Mitra, the judge, district judge, this educationist, philanthropist, very varied type of people were there. So he called them in a meeting at Balaram Bose's house on this first day of May. And he said the Ramakrishna came for the good of humanity, and this to preach and propagate his mission. It is the responsibility of the monks and the householders together. It is an organization, joint endeavor. Monks are there and the householder. That's you see, this whole organization is going on. Everywhere there are some few monks, but mostly you people, the devotees who love this philosophy, they come and dedicate. So that was the beginning, and the purpose of this is to realize God, Atma Mukti, the same goal, one's own liberation, and to live for the good of others. It's a twin ideal, Atmana Muksartam, Jagat Hitaya Cha, and also for the benefit of the good of others. So that's why this movement started, but you know it has its origin, Its origin started with Ramakrishna. When Ramakrishna in the day of Kashipur Garden House, before that he started his mission, Ramakrishna in Dakshineshwar, running to Calcutta, to different nooks and corners of Calcutta, different groups of spiritual groups who are practicing what type of discipline. Whether they invite Ramakrishna or not, he out of his own went and tried to bridge them together, no? Unconsciously, not like our ordinary mind, we do something in a planned way, organizing. But Ramakrishna's movement itself created an organized religion, as it were. He created like Christ, going to different places and collecting the ideas and giving them wherever they are lacking in spiritual practice, whatever it is their thing, they need more to concentrate, to focus, to make their path a valid path. And then, young people started coming to Ramakrishna. Naren came, Rakhal, Baburam, these pictures, Gradually, all the 16 people came. Some young people came, householder devotees came, who molded their life and changed their life, and they established themselves in the spirit. So he started the organization, and not only that, you would remember in the last days of Ramakrishna in the Barana, in the Kashipur garden house with the throat cancer, he called one day Nonin and said that you are like an elder brother. You are most intelligent among this group of young boys. You take charge of them and you nurture them and take care of them so that they follow the same spiritual path. Centering the illness of Ramakrishna, these boys gave up their studies, school going, left their home because they need 24 hours to serve Ramakrishna. And they're young boys, so they can afford. They divided their time for 24 hours. Someone's duty in the morning, someone's noon, someone afternoon, someone night, and they did it. As a result, they integrated themselves around a wonderful character, which is called Sri Ramakrishna. And who is that guy? In that deep pain and agony of the throat cancer, he is living in a divine consciousness. Samadhi, experience of higher spiritual experience. I think nothing for Ramakrishna. And these 16 boys, they saw a living example what the ancient Upanishads teach us, what the ancient spiritual tradition of India is talking about in the Upanishads, in the Bhagavad Gita. A live demonstration there. And they, serving him, was just serving him, being with him, and listening to his words, his affection for the humanity, his love for anyone suffering. At that condition of his health condition, they saw a unique character. And falling in love with Ramakrishna, they all assembled together. And Holy Mother also joined there to serve Sri Ramakrishna. And Holy Mother was a mother figure and protecting these children as it were. So you find the Ramakrishna order was established at that particular point of time when a Kashipur garden house Ramakrishna was in the ailing condition. And one day, you know that story, he called Naren and on a piece of paper wrote, Naren will teach in homeland and outside. So, who will believe that? Young boy, 17, 18, 19 years, one boy, very bright and brilliant though, but he will teach the inland and outside the world. It's very unbelievable what he did. And he said, you will have to do it. Naren said, I cannot do that. Well, no, you will have to do it. It is your job. So he has been forcefully given this responsibility, not two things, to preach this Vedantic message of experience. Ramakrishna was nothing but experience and illumination, knowledge, bliss, perfection, truth. And that principle, that is religion. Ramakrishna is not a man. Ramakrishna is the consummation of all the spiritual ideals. Satchidananda, we don't hear it. These are the words for us. But Satchidananda becomes transparent in his every movement, every talk, in every ecstasy, in every mood in which Ramakrishna lived. So seeing a tangible spirituality, these people already got charged in spirituality. And now, his future, that also Ramakrishna created that future by putting Naren as their leader. During his lifetime, he said, Naren, everyone, other younger boys, they do not know. They will be monk. There is no idea as such in anyone's mind. Though Ramakrishna gave one day some Gerua cloths to the younger boys. But they have no idea that they will be a monk one day and there will be an organization one day. There will be something to do like that. They thought that to down deep, go into spirituality and end there. But he made this Vivekananda the leader and then said, you will be like their leader and you will be their elder brother. You will look after them. As the father is telling to the elder brother, when I die, you take care of them. And he took that responsibility. First of all, he was not agreeable, as Swami Vivekananda is. Always he will justify himself, and unless he gets the correct thing, he will never accept it. But anyhow, with much persuasion, Ramakrishna succeeded. And then after Ramakrishna's passing away, you remember this story, big story, that everyone disappeared. Because they're all small boys. In the early days, not like young people of today. 18 years, so you are independent, you can do anything, no? But in India, it was parents will say anything, you cannot do anything. Parent will say you will read physics, you get that you have to learn. You may like history, but no, you get engineering because it will whatever dad, mom says, you will have to do. So the boys were all left home after Ramakrishna's passing away. Then again, Swami Vivekananda got a dream, as you know, dream what is the vision. And then he went door to door and called them. Then Ramakrishna came and passed away, and we are all gone back to our home. Is this the mission for which Ramakrishna came? We'll have to realize God, come out. And so he again gathered them. But what is the money for them? Young boys don't earn any money. And Noreen was also going through court case and other civil suit and other things. So, but they rented a place, as you know that story, the cheap rented place. Where will you find a rented place cheap? So they found one dilapidated house, which is no one comes to take rent, give rent, because it is a haunted house. People come, after 1 or 2 days, they see something happening. The ghosts are doing something, and out of fear they leave. So this house is living there. So with a cheap rent, they got it. But they have nothing to eat. Who will supply them? Because they are not monks yet. Monks with wearing gerua, if you go, people can give food, but they are all broke, young boys. They are leading the extreme austerity, even difficult to understand by our mindset now. So, whatever Master Moshe M, the writer of the Gospel, he was the great support for these boys. Girish Ghosh was the great support. Suren, the judge, he was good support. With this support, but they never said, give us anything. So they used to send something. When it is exhausted, there is no rice today. And whatever they used to do, there is Swami Ramakrishna Nanda Soshi Maharaj. He used to love Ramakrishna very much. So when Ramakrishna was alive, he used to serve him. So he took that responsibility of doing worship and serving Ramakrishna. And whatever available thing, he will cook and present before the Sri Ramakrishna's photograph, and then go and start eating, taking the. Someday there is nothing in the stock. So what they will do? But this everyone is engrossed in God realization. Day and night steeped in japa, meditation, and samadhi, like that. That is the goal. The world is forgotten. Someday it happened, there is nothing, no food. So little rice was there. So Ramakrishna Nanda boiled it. Someday there is no vegetables. They will go to steal from a neighbor's garden. There is all some vegetables which is cheap and is so much. She will pull something and then cut to pieces and boil and eat. There may not be salt even with that. So such hard austerities. There's not many individual clothings. There will be one cloth hanging and with one chadar like this wrapper. That will be, any gentleman comes to meet them, there is a room, they will wait there. And if they want to meet any of the boys, maybe they are from family or somebody has come, they have no clothing. They are only wearing some lion cloth. And that is the bare body. There is nothing to protect them. There is no money, no bed, nothing. But they are intoxicated in God. And they all gathered together out of love for Ramakrishna. And then they used to use that cloth which is hanging, use that to meet the outside devotees. One cloth for 12 people to use it whenever any visitor is coming to meet. Such austerities they did. And then afterwards they went for spiritual practice to different parts of the country. To different south to north, they went on pilgrimage, begging food and pilgrimage like that. Vivekananda also went like that. And that the afterwards, all left here and there, and Vivekananda also wandering monk, as in going through all the length and breadth of India. He understood Ramakrishna's message, what Ramakrishna wanted to do, to how to improve the condition of the spiritual India. The spirituality is there, but poverty, no scope for education, self-confidence, lack of self-confidence, all these have destroyed the whole country. That British rule for more than 200 years and taken away all this, and every year famine, hunger, thirst. He saw the pitiable picture of India. And he also saw the great potential what India has. India has such a treasure to give to the world for the peace of the world. So he was guided by some divine mission. And then he came in this country, as you know, that's a long story. And went back and started this organization. And today is the birthday of this Ramakrishna organization. I think it is 1900, probably he was here in 1900, second time come back. I think it will be 1898, 1st of May. So how many years will be 1898 to today? It's 2018. 120? Yeah. Say around 120 years of existence. And that is the starting point. And that time there is no home, there is no building, there is no property, there is no center. The house of Mr. Bose, that was the place where they assembled and they take a resolution that this is the way we will work together, the householder devotees, with the help of householder devotees and the monastics. We are ready to serve day and night with the help of householder devotees, with some monetary help and this and that. I do this and that and that. And that Then came after that, there came the plague in Calcutta with Nivedita, Sister Nivedita, and Sister Christine, and Holy Mother was there. On the women's side, men's side was Ramakrishna Mission. Monks were there. Swami Vivekananda's inspiration. Their young disciples who joined after them. So all of them did this plague relief and famine relief in Calcutta and also in Devghar. So naturally the work started spreading. And then afterward, Swami Vivekananda got some money from this country. Actually, Ramakrishna Mission owes its origin in American monetary help, mostly. This land of Belur Math, what is that? It was purchased with the help of the money from our American donor lady. I think MacLeod gave some money and some other legate may have given, I do not know. So there's a history, big history behind that. And all contribution coming in the Swamiji wanted, let East bring its spiritual wisdom and let West give its affluence and monetary help. so that that monetary help, let them live their financial condition and let them have their spiritual condition uplifted. So that was the Swami Vivekananda's idea to meet East and West, to have a couple. It's called the marriage between the East and the West, so that the spirituality and the prosperity, at least for good living, was started. And see the tremendous impact of that. Now we can imagine within how much year this order is 120 years. For us, we would say it is a blessing that where we would have been if this order was not there. The young people like us, now we are about 2,000 people, maybe, in the whole order. The monks, and nuns, of course, again, the women. Where these boys and girls would have gone if this Ramakrishna order was not there. And what amount of activity is going on for the regeneration of India in its educational field, in its technology, women's liberation, women's freedom, all these aspects, hospitals, schools, colleges, it would have been lost. And apart from that, the work in the West, what is going on, we are very little, no. In our number, we are very, very small, no? See how many people here. But you go to any other conference, there will be hundreds and thousands of people gathering there. I respect everyone, but they have come because of this Ramakrishna Vivekananda movement. Because of the Vivekananda came, it opened the door for all the Eastern thoughts to come. And this is a place where there is no superficial, fake spirituality is taught here. At least till today, we don't make it watered down, bringing the spirituality down. Spirituality high, I have not gone there. Okay. You will not find that any of the Ramakrishna order sadhus will say, have you realized God? You will never hear anyone say yes. They are so humble. Not that they have not. Who knows? But anywhere you can go, you'll all find realized souls running every corner. That is the purity of this order. Purity, chastity, poverty, sacrifice, giving true spirituality without any motivation. But giving spirituality, it's not a business. This is not a business center. We feel 10 times, 20 times to put one basket for collection basket. We are thinking how many, what shall I put? And how the organization will run. Okay, but how it looks? People will have to think about money. After listening a lecture, they'll have to find out the money. Okay, stop that basket collection. So we stop that basket collection. And now we are thinking, oh, if the collection does not come, how will we survive? Now we are thinking we should put some basket. What to put? How can we put? So this is, but you know, who will think about that? Suppose the day before Saturday, such a in-depth spiritual retreat was done. How much expense was done? So he prepared the best food. He is the top chef. She prepared for 160 people food. And varieties of food, this, that. We never ask for money. But money is needed. So this is the organization. What is done, it is for dedication, for sacrifice, for the good of others, for the benefit of others. And it is God's work going on. So this tradition is still now maintained. I do not know how long we will be able to maintain. But anyhow, the point is that it is going on anyway. With the financial condition, even your investment condition situations and everything, as everyone is affected, we are also. And now the point is that, but the beauty of this Ramakrishna movement is that we want goal of life is God realization. I am not here for making business. I may be in charge here. Who is in charge? Only in charge means somebody should have to look after the other things. So someone is posted. We never think I am a big guy that I am in charge here. When that comes, then it gets ruined. And but in the world, we are fools. If you don't say yourself, in most of the places I go, top people of the society, I sit in the behind side, and I don't speak much. But you should be little bit aggressive, little bit this to do. Then you can get your. This is the tradition is totally different. You have to give anything, give silently, give love, give unselfish contribution, whatever you can do, and whatever God sends. It may not be rich, but it will continue. You will not die. Some people give so much, maybe even others don't know, and others come and take some prasad or some whatever it is there. But the question is that that is not the business. Business is spirituality, realization, true religion. No other motivation should work. So this is the great organization. I'm proud to belong to you, and you are all proud to belong to this great organization, which is running for 120 years. Now we have about, see, the movement. Everywhere, even one person comes and speaks something, goes over all over the world and say, we have 120 centers, 120 countries, we have centers. And this Ramakrishna mission after 120 years, we say we have only, America, we have about 18 centers maybe. With these branches, it may be 30 or 30, 40. This much, small pockets here and there. And in England, we have 2, 3 like here and there. In Europe and there, only maybe all over the world, how many countries? Maybe now 10 countries. Why not 150 countries? This is the attitude. And the quality is necessary. We need men of character. That is the ideal. Men of character, men of dedication, honest, pure in soul, heart. So they have to get. We are imperfect even. We are trying, but we are imperfect. So this is the goal of life, that this Vedanta movement, actually those who are sincere, few may be in the number, they may be fitted here. Many people, they may not feel that this is a place for them. There's nothing glamorous, nothing going on. But if that, I am saying, if someone would have charged that's what we were jokingly saying, that we asked everyone to come to the seminar, and 125 people signed up, and attendance was maybe 70 or something like that, 60, 70. Others didn't come. They don't feel that it is a necessity to cancel. Suppose they have paid some money, registration fee $100, and another something, then people will give the value. But this is the different philosophy for us. Spirituality is not a business. It should be out of love. And this organization, as I said, Ramakrishna started this organization not with money, not with name, not with fame, but with love. And integrated them together to build up their spirituality. They make everyone a saint. And this organization is making saint of all of us. And we are becoming gradually moving towards that by our selflessness, by our dedication, by our whatever. I may not be so big like others. I may not be so much dedicated like others. But everyone is struggling. The goal is here more focused, that it is life's principle for God realization. So to remember, just 1st of May, I took about maybe all the time or what. So anyhow, to know is good, little bit of it. If you are interested, There is a history of Ramakrishna modern mission, a big book available in our bookstore, maybe about 500-600 pages book. We will see the history of the Ramakrishna movement, how it started, how it went on and on and on. And if you can just go to our website vedanta.org, you have time, off time, just go click any of the center in India and see that center. Go to their personal website and they see what activities they are going. Go to their photo gallery, go to their other activity level. What a tremendous activity is going on. This is unbelievable. I myself was surprised going to different places now, this trip. A few places I went. I couldn't believe that there so much work they are doing with the number of people being very less. It's the demand of the people now in India. It's very great demand on the Ramakrishna mission. Why not take us? Why not make this your center? In this country also. In this country, at least I am looking after 14 such places. And they are ready. One monk can go and take charge of it. But where is we cannot create monks. We cannot create, see, we are trying. I mean, we are in the morning, we say, oh brahmacharis, come, come, come. There is a Vedic mantra. Amayantu brahmacharina swaha. Bhimayantu brahmacharina swaha. Pramayantu brahmacharina swaha. In ancient time, the sages used to say, let brahmacharis of stout, strong mind, vigorous energy, let come for this life. Let them come from all corners. But who is coming to join, to dedicate their life? So it is not that we will be able to get hundreds and thousands of that. But whatever, that's why it is activity, though is a pressure, though is a demand, but supply is difficult. That's why so many centers in all over, even different countries, there are groups of devotees. They're asking, please take this center. We are isolated in this one country, but we have no monk to send there. So this is the point. If that's from society, if dedicated people like that more join, then our activity will be can be much more increased. And it is not good to just increase the number and diluting the quality. Already we are not of that quality. Suppose in early days, Swami Shivananda is there, Brahmananda is there. So that a quality is top quality. All realized souls. No? Prabhupada Swami was here, Swahananda Maharaj was here. Quality, top quality. And now it has fallen upon us. And then, yeah, you have to bear with me. What can I say? But I'm saying that we cannot create things. Whatever is available. Anyhow, I thank you all for being a part of this great Vedanta movement. We are all struggling your way, the best way to manifest this twin ideal of Ramakrishna mission. For your own realization, God realization, own peace, own joy, own permanent blessedness. At the same time, trying to be good, to help others as best as we can do. So this is the mission, and we are proud that we belong to this great organization which is based on spirituality and spirituality only, based on love and love, unconditional love, not for any material gain, material prosperity, name, fame. So long we hold on to this principle, even the number is less, that's enough. But when we miss this ground, if we get tempted to other things, giving up these qualities and the principles, then it will be a fatal day, bad day. So we pray that the Lord protects us from this departure. It's our responsibility. We are. Don't you think it is an ordinary matter? If any one of us succeed in realizing our own self, what great contribution will be given to the world? What more is there to give? And suppose we have not realized God, but we become much pure in heart. We become a person of much dedication. We develop love for others as best as we can. If I cannot help someone, let us cry and weep for the good of others. If that character comes up, I think it is a great achievement. Not that big buildings, big houses, big name. It is not necessary. Rather, many times it is a blockage, hindrance. When appreciation comes from masses and everyone then it becomes power. And power, naturally people forget these austerities, this dedication upon which this whole Ramakrishna movement has been established. Look at that Holy Mother. Holy Mother has no one piece of cloth, torn cloth. And she is the mother of the universe. Not complaining anyone, not asking for anyone's help. Just went through that with dignity, with prestige, like a nun, ideal nun, dedicated to God. They don't care for anything material. So let that be our ideal as best as we can to follow that. Thank you. So we'll do justice.
May I just we are all obviously not just proud, but just privileged to be able to come here. And it is something that we value, and we know exactly how precious that is. And that, I think, is something that we all would say. But just to play the devil's advocate about organization, organization obviously very important because that creates a kind of white heat in the center that draws people, propels activity, and so forth. But if you look at the tradition of Hindu thought, there was a loose-knit organization all the time, but there never really was a head at the top. There wasn't an imam, a pope. There wasn't even a creed or a prayer or a book on which this religion is based, which is why we all fumble when people ask us, oh, what's it about? What do you believe in? What are the three tenets? We have no answers. And yet, this religion, like Judaism, has really persisted. It has continued to exist. And great mystics and saints have come, and the Vedas, where the Upanishads are ensconced, what organization did those sages have? Who were the disciples? Where are the monuments? There's no vestige of anything. But the stamp they left on this Hindu thought is something that has never gone away. If they had an organization, long forgotten. If there were wonderful edifices, long gone. But the thought has persisted. And every part of India has got its great seers, mystics, also poets, which is how we today remember them, through their words. And every region kind of idolizes the men who came from it. When you look at Western India, the great Vittala and all those people, Eastern India, Chaitanya and so forth. In Southern India, the great Saivite and Vaishnavite mystics and saints made such an indelible mark on that part of the country. They are the people who are idolized. So finally, in a way, it's all regional. Okay, we might have the Vedas and the Upanishads on which we all stand, but ultimately, everybody who shone is a sun in that region for a while, right? And we're talking about an enormous period of time, at the end of which we don't even know the names of the people. And
that's the greatness of India.
That is the greatness of India.
Yeah.
I think, therefore, that is what we should value. And I think Ramakrishna himself has said this. And Dr. Krishna tells us, If you think 3 great thoughts sitting in the Himalayas, you're never seen or heard,
no, that's
that
true.
will vibrate through.
Right, that will rocks and mountains. It will penetrate that, and then it will bring good to the world. That's true. But whatever happens, if Shankara could not have established 4 mathas, would not have divided the monastic tradition into 10 divisions, this this shape in which Hinduism is still preserved, in its pristine dignity with Advaita Vedanta, that would have not been that much impact. Ramanuja created a Ramanuja organization, almost centering him it started. That's why that philosophy is so important and so many people are getting benefit out of that. So organization has its negative side because you know what happens, it as time goes on, later period, people who come, they are not competent people, they give up their renunciation, spirit of renunciation, spirit of dedication, and they enjoy all the predecessors' good karma what they have done, that effect. And they come in a luxurious environment. Say, believe what, when before starting, we are reading Swami Bireshwarananda. He was the Konkani Swami. The 10th president of our order. He was from yeah, Kerala. And Konkani is your in Bangalore, no? Bangalore. Bangalore also. Yeah. Anyhow, so but what he was talking about, see, he said in one place, when we joined, we are all coolies. We are all babus now. He's jokingly saying. Coolies means the daily laborer. When we joined, we are like daily laborer. Daily laborer means you join in a monastery, you early morning get up, you do your meditation, then go take a spade, and then make the green agriculture, bring water, carry water from the Ganges to fill up the buckets, then chop the vegetables, cook this, run for serving this, all the clean the courtyard. And every work is upon us. And we have no room to stay, no place to stay, only lie down here. There is some empty space. And you are now become babus, means, yes, we have our room, we have our accommodation, we have our good clothing, this, that. So organization is, difficulty is that to keep the spirit high up. You look at the Christian organization. It is what a great dedication when it started, early saints. After Christianity started with Christ and all. And then when it was accepted by the king and rich people, that it becomes everything. God just dress, God just... Christ had no cloth. He was a naked man. And now, when in this tradition, when richness comes, wealth and prosperity comes, all the things come. That's why main problem is not there. Main problem is to keep the fire. If the fire of renunciation, if the fire, the spirit with which it started, could have been kept fanning, then it will linger long. Otherwise, it gets degenerated and it has its negative impact. But also, to hold that movement, make it a widespread movement, organization helps. But really, one bad effect is here, inefficient people, like the Brahmin's son become a Brahmin. No quality of the Brahmin. So if that type of person comes and takes the organizational leadership of things, then it makes a destruction of the ideal. So that is the weak point of the organization. But that's why our attitude should be to remind our ideal again and again, again and again, again and again. We cannot expect another Brahmananda, but we can expect following them, we can be much above than the ordinary. Ordinary way of living, thinking and eating and doing, but this can be lifted in a higher level. Anyway, so I'll just one verse I read and then we'll end. 5 minutes are there. So we are on page 172. What is the last verse? That was that Nasandashe tishtati rupamasya 170. Na chakshusha pashyati kaschanainam rida manisha manasha viklipto Yetadviduramritaste bhavanti. Who can realize this reality? No? Nasandrishe tishtati rupameshu. The cosmic self is not an object of our vision. You cannot see like this with the physical eye. Nachaksusa pasyati kaschanenam. No one can see by these physical eyes, but it by other sense organs, by hear. You cannot hear through this physical ear. But how can you do that? Rida, Manisha. It can be perceived. The truth reveals to one itself in the heart, here. Heart center. That's why we are asked all to meditate in the heart. Why heart? Heart is the feeling center. Center of emotion, understanding, happiness, misery, everything is felt here. So it reveals itself in the heart. Experience comes here. Only when it will come? Only the mind is pure. When the mind will be free from all doubts and confusions, when the mind will be able to pure Shaktika quality, not the minus its own defects. All these are taken out, then mind is pure and mind thinks of the Atman. That means to a person, this realization will come in the heart. To whom? Who are praying, meditating, thinking of the divine in self and leading a life of high spiritual culture. To them. And Jayetad Bidu, if you know this way, purifying your heart, purifying your mind, day by day, constantly in this process, one becomes Amritaste Bhavanti. They become immortal. You want to be immortal? Immortal not in the body, but immortal in the spirit. I, who I am thinking, identified with this body, I am weak, I am sick, I am strong, I am this, I am that, I am man, I am woman. That identity goes away. And you become immortal. I am all the time there. I am eternal. So this will happen by constant contemplation on the divine glory of the Lord. Other simple processes, your meditation, japa, your Ishta mantra is there, repeating the mantra, feeling His presence here, repeating the mantra every day, purifying the heart. The purification of the heart, it will appear here, and then you can feel that experience everywhere. Now today's reading, 10th verse, we'll read that. Yada panchavatishthante, yada panchavatishthante, jnanani manasa saha, jnanani manasa saha, buddhischa na vichestati, buddhischa na vichestati, tamahu paramam gatim, tamahu paramam gatim. Yada means when. You can see the word by word meaning there on page 172. Yada means when. Pancha means 5. What are the 5? 5 are the organs of perception. Eyes, ears, we perceive, we see through the eyes, hear, nose, tongue, touch. So these are the 5 sense organs. So Jada means when, so long, Pancha avatishtanti. Pancha, these 5 organs of perception, the avatishthante jnanani manasasa. Stop working. It is functioning now. No. My eyes are functioning, ears are functioning, nose, smell, tongue, touch, all are functioning now. When it stops only at the point of death, is it not? or it stops when you go to sleep. These five senses, they stop their function. No, that type of stopping is not meant here. What type of stopping? Pancha avatishtante buddhist jnanagni manasasa, jnanani manasasa. That means it will stop, but it will merge. The mind will merge into the intellect, and intellect will do the Atman inside. That means it is external, it will withdraw internal. Mind will stop functioning. Yada, these five senses will stop functioning. Mind being drawn inward, the mind and intellect too has retired from his work. These are active. Parallelly, nervous system is active, is it not? Now, and then when nerves brings all this information to the brain, neurons are active, brain is active. Behind is it? Mind. Mind is active. Behind is your intellect is acting. Behind is I. He is acting. Behind is the eternal self. No? Very simple formula. But when the senses, five senses, stop functioning, perception stop functioning, how? The mind having merged with the mind. That means it where they stop, it goes inside. Like a spring. I give the example of a watch spring. In the spring of the watch you spread and then release it. Where it will go? It enters into the one circle. Similarly, the mind, the five senses, which is all extended into the world, withdraws along with its mind, behind the brain the mind to the intellect, and the intellect too has retired one's work. That is a state of the scholars describe as being the highest. When it is gone that far, then you are neither in the world, neither in your dream world, so you are where? You are in your own home. Meaning there are more steps, but they are sometimes jump those steps. That means you go back to your home.
Is that the state Patanjali says yoga chitta vritti nirodha?
Yes, if the mind does not function, you can say chitta vritti nirodha. Yeah. It's a yogic term, but this jnani, we are talking about the jnanapath. That is the yogic terminology. Here is a state anyone practicing yoga will try to attain. He will turn the organs of perception inward and make them merge with the mind. He will also give the intellect complete rest. This is described by the yogis as the highest spiritual state. So what it is giving us the instruction, what we every day try to do in our meditation. We try to stop our functioning of the senses. With that, we close our eyes. No? Sometimes you put some ear plug not to hear the sound of the outside. No? Then what we do? We take them all our attention to what? As a devotee, we do try to think in the heart. Previous verse said, in the heart, you meditate in the heart, you realize in the heart, there we think of the divine. No. So when you divine, you think of the divine, what is happening? Your mind is also getting merged into divine. Yoga, chitta vritti nirodha. Mind is thinking here and there and there and there. You are pulling the mind back into your object of meditation in the heart. No? So mind is stalled there. And mind does not go anywhere, means your understanding is also not running in 20 things of the world. It is withdrawn into your own self. And then, if you are installed there, then what happens? Mind is here, intellect is here, then ego, of course ego will also remain there. As a result, you experience the joy, and that is the joy of your all. It may be, it is the joy of the saguna, savikara or nirvikara samadhi. That is a different thing. Two types of samadhi will be there. One is the nirvikalpa, when you lose everything there, and where you can keep a little difference and enjoy the bliss of the infinity. But whatever, I am not going to that. This verse is not talking about that. It's giving us a direction that we can meditate in this way. When pancha avatishtante, the pancha, the five sense organs, they are withdrawn and kept into the mind. They withdraw into the mind. Mind and intellect is withdrawn into the further inward. And then that means ego is also there. And that is called the highest state. And when we reach that state, that is the state of joy and perfection. So our spiritual struggle, which we do every day, has been mentioned here. To become a realized soul, we'll have to work on this aspect of it. That's why those who say by quick fix something spiritual it will come, maybe it comes, but that is not the scripts. The sages are not recommending that path. Sages are recommending meditate every day, pray every day, withdraw your all the sense perception from outside to inside. Huh? Turn this to this way and see what is there and absorb there, and that will lead you to. This book says when the five organs of knowledge are at rest, then rest means they are not functioning with the mind, and when the intellect ceases functioning, that means becomes calm. That state they call the highest. So this is the highest state. One can attain. There is only to understand, we can also go to sleep in this position. We go to sleep every day. What happens? Our senses don't work anymore. We are tired, eyes get tired, ears, oh, I don't want to hear anything, I go to sleep now. Huh? So all the sense organs can get tired like that. So he has analyzed there is a lot of difference. And then you go withdrawn, and go to sleep. There also you find joy. But there is a difference here, and the state of self meeting the self. This is real capital self, my real self. I am meeting my real self. And the sleep will be the condition of samadhi is often explained to us something very near to sleep, because living as we are in the very gross plane of consciousness, the God men of the Upanishad could not explain to us their transcendental experiences, but in terms of our own world of limited experience. The nearest state that could find, which man is enjoying, and which can be favorably compared with the state of samadhi, that is the sleep state, in the sense which we are all sleeping, our sense organs, mind, intellect, they are all at rest. The comparison is only so far as it explains the common similarity of bringing the mood of restfulness of the senses. That means in the sleep, you become restful. In samadhi, also you are restful. But in sleep, though it is restful, we come back and remain the same guy. But if you have samadhi, then you become a realized soul. And the whole world will follow you then. Brahma Vidiva Bhasi Vaishamma. Your face is shining like a Brahmagani. That will be the difference. But we go to sleep and come back, our face looks little soothing, but for a few minutes. But the samadhi, when it comes, there will be always bright. Okay, thank you. Om Shahana Bhavatu Shahano Bhunaktu Shahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvi Navadhitamastu Ma Vidvisha Bahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Thank you. So tomorrow there will be gospel class. Swami Atma Tattanand will be giving that class. Okay. Good night.